best friends, got each other's back. We used to cruise around with a bass to the max. Everyone in school, while I was in the lab, cooking up some beats that would turn into tracks. High school chillin', I was on a mission. I had bigger dreams of being a musician. Teachers always talked, but I couldn't seem to listen. I lived in a fantasy land, they called it fiction. But I was gonna be big one day, playing shows on the road to a sold out stage. Nobody really cared or believed I would make it anywhere close, I would fail and fade. But that's cool, I love that, cause any little doubt gives me energy back. And now, I'm in a place where I'm glad I never gave up on the dreams I had. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. Yeah, let's go. So if you want something big, you gotta swing fast, swing hard and commit. You might miss 10 times, but when you win, just make sure that you get all of it, okay? People at the top took risks. Investing and testing is all that they did. It's not complicated, it just takes grit. So never give up, take a swing at it. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing.
I'm still not used to that intro being longer than the other one. I'm still not used to that. I'm like, okay, all right. But hey, guys, welcome to the Pick and Roll Podcast, episode number 63. So I'm here with my guys, Coach Ed Gladney, Blaze Radio, and Next Shift Randy. How's everyone doing?
6 more shows. 6 more shows. We gotta do that every show now, you know.
Every single show. I'm waiting for Rio to pop on and be like, hey, look, 6 more. And actually, I have a question for Rio, so if he pops in,
here he comes. You better bring your homework. You better have your homework done.
Ears must have been ringing.
Yeah, but Rio, I actually have a question for you. On Monday, me and Randy are streaming a game. We would like for you to be a part of it. It's Warriors vs. Spurs.
Oh, geez. You know the answer to that one before you even ask. How can he do that to you, Rios? How fair is that?
I will respectfully decline.
Come on.
Perfect.
I will pay you a hamburger if you do the show and then give you the hamburger on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah.
I will pay you for a hamburger today.
We got a lot of people in the chat here. What's up, Ryan, Chad? Yeah. Congrats to Zach Ertz on being signed by the Washington Commanders.
Leave it up to Chad. Leave it up to Chad with football news on an NBA podcast.
Yeah.
Alex too.
Yeah. What is good, man? What is good? Thank you for stopping by. And what is up? What is up? Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. So, historical event happened last week. LeBron James finally hit, the first player to hit 40,000 career points. 40,000 career points.
Wake me up when this segment's over. Wake me up when this segment's over. No, I'm just
Okay,
messing.
because I was like, who do you think will be the next guy to break that?
Well, I got a
If they're-
couple things to start off, if I could, for this segment.
Go for it.
Number
You want
one,
full screen or no?
no, it's not a rant or nothing. Number one, it's
Oh.
amazing, and I've talked about someone who could play that long at that level, conditioning, way he treats his body, the way he can still play with the young guys. Even though I do knock him for being la flop and doing all that bullshit he doesn't need to do. I thought the little pick with his 40, with his little grin, it was corny. But there's one thing that Michael Jordan had to say. And Michael Jordan said, 40,000 points. That's cute. I got 6 rings, 3 more than you. And I thought that was funny, little dig back and forth, because everyone has their favorites and it's fair. But then I saw something this morning, which, I'll jag on him a little bit here and there about LeBron, how he does, how he carries himself, whatnot. But he's one of the greatest of all time, no doubt. There was a stat showing his 40,000 is more than Magic and Larry's total points combined in their careers. So I was like, that's like an eye opener to me, like, because Magic and Bird I grew up with, like, they were scoring like crazy. But to think that someone came along and has more points himself than those two together was kind of alarming, to me. But I'm not a big fan of him now. I liked him in the Heat days a lot more. I think he doesn't need to do as much as he got hit in the back of his head the other game, and he was holding his head for like 10 minutes. Like, come on, show that you're tough. I know he's one of the toughest, and he's one of the greatest of all time. And everyone has their good and bad. Congratulations to him for reaching that plateau. And he's not done. He's not done. So we'll see more greatness from him.
Yeah.
Hey, Goddess.
Yeah. Hey, Goddess. And Alexander says Michael Jordan is still better than LeBron James.
Yeah, everyone has their take on it. My dad called me up and he was like, when it happened, he was like, hey, do you think he's better than MJ now? He got 40,000. I said, it's impressive. It's very impressive. But I don't compare people from that era to this era because they will never play against each other. The game has changed dramatically. So, can people argue he's the greatest of all time? Of course. Look what he's doing. LeBron, you can say he is. You can say Michael Jordan is. Some people say Russell is because of all the titles he's got. Who else has 11 rings on his hands? Who doesn't have enough fingers for his rings?
Mine is actually Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, that's the beauty of NBA fandom. There's an argument for a lot of people to have. I don't even like to use the GOAT word because it's stupid. Because all time isn't over yet. You can't be the greatest. All time's not over yet. But you can have your favorite of all time. We'll talk about that later too.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the world is going, we bet how much time left. So
yeah, true. That's a good point.
I want some curry goat.
That too, man. You talk about the shooting. That's another,
That too.
No, I mean actual curry goat.
Greatest of all time.
That's good too. That's good too.
Greatest of all time can be debatable in any sport, any players, and that's the fun of sports. It's something to debate about, and that's what we're here to do: have fun and debate. I was telling one of my friends who wants to be on the podcast because he saw us last week, and he was like, "I'd love to talk basketball and come on." I'm like, "You're invited." He's a Laker fan, but he's from my area. He's a Magic Johnson Laker fan. He's not a big LeBron fan, but he was my point guard when I played ball back in the day. He was my point guard. I was the slasher. And when I told him, I was like, we got a Rockets fan, a Knicks fan, we got a Sixer fan, we got Toronto fan, we got Suns fan, and we all come together and talk about basketball. And I mean, we have a really good thing going here, I think.
Yeah. And Wally said Dominique Wilkins.
Or Dominique. Might be his daughter.
Dominique.
Maybe that's Dominique's niece.
Here's a funny thing.
Just a typo.
Here's a funny thing. My oldest daughter's middle name is actually Dominique, but it's not spelled that way.
Dominique.
Is Dominique is Dominique and Denise put together.
There you go.
That's actually so. Randy, how do you feel about LeBron James? 40,000 career points.
I mean, excuse me, it doesn't move the needle for me. I've never was a really big LeBron fan.
Right.
I kind of felt like when he went to Cleveland and he wanted Wiggins out of town, and then Wiggins became who he became, and then now he's a champion, and then he tried to reach out to Wiggins one time and asked him to come join him on a squad, and he was like, "You didn't want me when I was there when I was younger. Why would I join you now?" So I kind of felt bad from that point on. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Kind of showed me the kind of person that he is. But I also get the competitor side of it, so I understand 40,000 is a lot. You say is somebody gonna beat that? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really see it unless there's some guy that comes in and lights it up from three that we don't know about because of the league is starting to move itself towards more threes than down low play. I don't know. Maybe nobody that we know right now, but maybe in the future when we're dead and gone, maybe somebody will.
It's longevity. Look how many points they're scoring nowadays, but who's going to do it that long like LeBron? That's going to be the thing.
They got to pay $1 million on their body every year like LeBron does.
$1 billion.
Wemby.
Yeah.
Wemby's
Wemby?
going to score 50. He's going to score 50.
50,000.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sangoon took his lunch, his dinner, and took his mom on a date yesterday.
But when Wemby's done, he's going to take his wife, his money, his house, and he's going to tell him, sit down, little boy.
We'll see.
All right, so Rios, how do you feel about LeBron? 40,000.
I mean, it's impressive. I mean, for doing it for that long, I'm not a huge LeBron guy either, but it's impressive. Like, tip of the cap to him for doing that. But I don't see that record staying like, one of those unbreakable records. This is the way the league is going. Look how many guys are averaging 30 points a game right now. All it takes really is one guy to go, 15 plus years averaging 30. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not going to be easy, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not one of those that feels like no one's ever going to reach. I wouldn't go that far. Not with the way this score increases year after year.
Yeah. All right. We have a question here. Is North Carolina the Hornets?
Yeah, Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah.
Judd's a new follower of mine. I got him on one of my streams there. Very, very cool guy. We've been talking for a while about all kinds of sports the last couple days.
Oh, nice. From your vertical live stream?
From and that, all kinds of stuff. Well, I've been streaming nonstop. I'm trying to keep up with it. Can't keep up.
You're doing your own thing. But Coach, 40,000. And do you think anyone's gonna break it?
First of all, I am a LeBron fan. I've always been a LeBron fan since his days in high school. So I've been following him since. And he was the one coming out of high school I thought could probably surpass it, and did. How much further distance he's going to give it, we're going to see. How much longer is he going to play? That's the biggest thing. If he plays until, say, 42, even if he's averaging, 15 points a game, honestly, could he push close to what? 45, 47,000. There's that possibility. So, and can anybody, I was joking, but Wemby, because of his size and his shooting ability and his creativity, could, but he definitely has to build up his body. He definitely has to get stronger. But if he does, that's probably the one who I would keep my eye on. Right now, can anybody catch him? We'll see. That's to be determined, really, honestly.
So for me, it would actually Luka. I think you got to put Luka in that conversation. He's been averaging 33 for the last couple of years. So if he could stay healthy too, Luka could be up there. A friend of mine said Devin Booker could be up there. I'm like, nah. I'm like, no.
The next active person, just to give you a perspective, is Kevin Durant, 28,000.
Yeah, and he's 11.
28,000 is the next. That's phenomenal. That's over 10,000 point difference to LeBron.
And to give you context, Devin Booker's 193rd with 14,065. So
yeah, that's what I was telling my friend. I'm like, he's less than 17,000. So I'm like,
Harden at 25. That's the two active, and then Westbrook at 25. So there's no one even close to him. Like I'd say
184th. Tobias is 184th. 14,369.
Who?
Tobias Harris.
We're not going that far. But no, the Nuggets can beat the Lakers.
That's because
can
you're
only-
scared of me, Mitch. You're afraid of me. You know I'm the real leader of the Sixers, you biatch.
You didn't step up yesterday.
You had to summon him. I taught them everything they knew. They failed me. There you go. Don't you gonna go to
Yesterday,
freaking council?
we
You
had
gonna
to
go
vote.
Y'all better leave Mitch's daddy alone.
to? That's right, son. I'm your daddy. I'll spank you.
You think you haven't met Ed the Philly yet? Hey,
We're gonna get.
who
to
do you
that there,
think the most
Mello.
We're gonna talk about that later, Goated. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about
So-
that later, Mello.
Sorry, it's habit. It's habit, man. Like, dang.
Notice who he has in his avatar. And
Yeah.
it says the GOAT thing. So
Yeah.
I got you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So actually, I don't know, but good. But last time we did a draft, it was the players who was never made All-Star. So for this one, the
God.
best players who never won a ring.
I can predict a couple people's picks right now. I think. Oh, you got the list up already.
Uh-huh. See, I do my homework.
Oh, were we supposed to draft a team, or are we drafting a team?
Remember what we did last time, Brandy, for the
Yeah.
non-All-Stars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got my
no,
list of 15 here. Ooh, you're
I
missing-
made a
huh?
team myself. I made like a 6-man plus an extra, just in
Looks
case,
like looks like you found the same website I did
How could you put Chris Paul and Paul George on there and they're still playing?
because they haven't.
I
Jimmy
mean,
Butler-
hey,
and
Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler's
Butler.
still here. I was
'Cause
just
as of-
averaging him out.
As of right now, they haven't won a ring.
And Dame Lips. That's the only reason why I wouldn't have put them on because they're active. Because you
But
said
as of right now, they haven't won a ring. That's the thing.
well, I
Whoever-
mean, then,
as
if
of
that's
right
the
now.
case, you can go through damn near almost the whole league right now. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Well, it's the greatest.
I'm only saying that because they're active. That's why. I
Yeah.
mean,
The only reason I said I put those in there because they were like, what is the word I'm thinking of? They're like close to getting the ring at the end of their career right now. Maybe not a Chris Paul, but he is still one of the best point guards in the all time in Chris Paul.
Mhm.
So the
Whoever-
fact that
Whoever follows LeBron to the next team he goes to could get a ring.
please don't say the Sixers.
I didn't.
Good. So here we're gonna start off with you know what? We're gonna give Rio's first pick, then we're gonna go Rio's, Coach, Blaze, Randy, then me. So we're gonna start.
Wembanyama's my first pick. Ooh.
Lenny Wilkins. Wait a minute. Lenny Wilkins did win a ring.
Who?
As a player?
Lenny Wilkins.
Oh,
Didn't
I
he win a
looked up
ring?
and said he didn't.
I thought he won with Seattle.
Did he? Because I looked up and said he did not win a ring. So if he did, I'll take him
Or
off
was
the
that as a
list.
coach? Wait a minute. Or was that was a coach?
I think it was a coach, wasn't it, Coach?
Coach with a coach.
I think you. Wait a minute. I'm trying to remember. I thought he won with Seattle.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
Good. I'll not look it up then if you guys are. I looked up enough stuff. I looked up enough stuff doing my damn homework before this.
He
What's up,
coach.
Camden?
It was a coach. Coach.
It was the coach.
1979. He was the NBA champion. Wait a minute.
It was a coach.
Yeah, it was a coach. It was Seattle. No, I knew it was Seattle, but it was 79 as a coach. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Then you can leave that there. You can leave that.
All
He's been
good.
He's been coaching since '79. Damn.
No, he started in 75 coaching. Is when he first started.
That's incredible. Like, wow. All right. So, Rios, who's your first pick?
Damn, I'm old.
I think,
I'm
I
gonna
think I know who
go.
Rios is going with.
I'm gonna go Charles Barkley.
Damn it.
Oh, wow. I was going to guess Tracy McGrady.
That's my number one. Barkley. That's a great pick.
All right. Coach, who's yours? I think I know who Randy is going to be.
Nope.
Really?
I thought I
Yep.
found one that's
You
not
know
on the
what?
list.
I'm going to be a homer.
Carmelo.
And I got
Patrick,
three Knicks. I got 3 Knicks on here.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I got 4
Yep.
Knicks on here.
Yep.
Yeah. I was waiting for Coach to notice that.
Yeah.
No, you got 5. Walt Bellamy's a Knick too. Wait a minute, was Walt Bellamy? Yeah, he was a Knick too.
He was the Knicks too.
What if there's somebody that you have that's not on the list?
You can do that as a wild card. We'll do one wild card.
Now you got me interested because my whole list of 15's on there. Damn
Yeah, I'll go with PE. I'll go with PE first. Patrick Ewing, sorry.
Yep, I got you.
Public Enemy takes a nation of millions to hold you back, Coach.
Hey,
PE,
Blaze,
baby.
how about you?
I guess I'm gonna go Homer too. I have a couple that
No.
I want to pick, but I'm gonna take your Allen Iverson.
Damn it, no.
AI, baby.
And for the record, I gotta say something. Rios, you took my first pick though. I just want to say that.
Mine too. So that's 3 people that would have said Barkley first overall.
Yeah.
Nope, I wouldn't.
I said 3 of the important people that really matter. Randy might have too. I don't know.
No,
Hey, Rand, who are you going with?
I'm going with Penny Hardaway.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. It's a good one.
Oh, wait a minute.
Why don't you
That's-
save
that's
that one till
another Knick.
last?
I missed
You
that
should've-
one.
You should have saved that.
Because I
It's
was
not on the
afraid that
list.
somebody might use it as one of their dark horses or whatever the fuck it's called.
Okay.
It's not on the list, so.
You made the list.
What are you, Jericho?
Yes, I am. Why'd you take
Ah,
Harden off? Yeah,
I
you can
hit
just
the
leave
wrong
him
button.
off. You can just leave Harden off.
Sure. All right.
If anyone feels like
I
picking
get back to
anything.
back. I get back to back picks. All right. Oh. This is actually tough right now.
I have 3 guys on my list that aren't on this list. God damn it.
All right. I'm just gonna type it.
Oh, there goes. See, you should have took Vince Carter first, Randy.
I don't have him on my list, honest.
Oh
I already have
wow.
it
Okay.
written- I already have it written out.
I mean, Vince Carter was great, but was he better than some of these other ones on the list overall?
No, I
career-wise?
just wanted a guard.
Is it my
All right.
turn?
I just want. Huh?
For your first pick, though. No,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's going to take 2. Snake
Got two.
Yeah,
draft.
Yep. Just to be funny, give me Yao Ming.
Goodness
Cockfuck.
gracious. Mitch is definitely not picking the best first.
I'm not. I'm just having fun
No
with this.
disrespect to VC or Yao Ming, but there's some legends on there that it's a shame they don't
Yeah.
have titles.
All right, Randy, who you got?
I got Pete Maravich.
There you go.
Yep.
Don't climb on my back.
I won't.
I
I'll
won't
try not
either.
to.
Lucy's about to
Alright.
climb on me.
Blaze, who you got?
Oh, this is so tough now because I mean Barkley and AI were the 2 on the top of my list, and I'm going with guys that should have they're at the top. And I'm going to go with my dad. When I told my dad about we were doing this today, he said, and I was giving him a couple names. So this one's in honor of my dad, Elgin Baylor,
Fucking hell. All right.
one of the arguably top 10 player of all time. Doesn't have a ring.
Oh, it's not even on here. Oh, okay. All right, Coach, who you got?
Neek.
Elgin Baylor's number 7.
Oh. All right, Coach, who was that?
Neek.
Dominique.
Dominique. Yeah.
Got it. And then Rios, you get back to back.
So from the list, I'm gonna go Tracy McGrady,
Okay.
and for my wild card, I'm gonna go Grant Hill.
Okay. All right, Coach, who you got?
Malone.
There you go. The mailman.
Okay. Blaze.
Shit. Maravich is gone. Stockton. One of the greatest assist players of all time. If it wasn't going to be Malone,
I was waiting for him on the way
Malone
back.
or Stockton, because that if it wasn't for MJ, those guys would have had a few championships, in my opinion, back in the day.
All right. Randy.
Man, there's another guy on my list that's not on here that I want, but give me Mutombo.
All right.
DK.
I'm gonna wave my finger
Yep.
at that pick.
Since you took my Ming.
Took his Ming. You didn't, but you're a Raptors fan. You still got your Grady Dick up there, so you still got your dick. He took your Ming and you got your dick.
Oh, speaking of, I got something special. Hopefully by next show to show off about that.
We don't want to see your dick.
Oh, I would
right.
never. I don't want to make you guys feel small.
Steve Nash.
Okay.
And then, okay, so I got a 1-2 center.
See, I'm not picking a team because it doesn't say pick a team. It says the best players who never won a ring. So I'm just picking the best players. I'm not necessarily picking a starting five.
Yeah, George Gervin.
Man. That's one of mine.
Oh, the Iceman.
All right, Randy.
The finger roll.
Can I just say the guy's name?
Yes.
Sean Kemp.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, Blaze.
I can get this guy on the way back.
Reggie Miller.
Fucking hell.
All
right.
I'm going small ball.
Yeah. All right, Coach.
Lenny Wilkins.
Nice.
Nash got picks.
And then Rios back to back.
So I'm gonna go Chris Paul. And then the name not on the list. Your favorite player, James Harden.
Oh,
He was on the list.
He was on the list. He deleted him.
Actually,
The Houston early Harden you're picking, not the current Harden, I'm hoping.
Yeah. 2019 Harden.
Yeah, there you go. I can hang with that.
Coach, who you got?
Alex English, and for my wild card, Dennis Rodman.
Oh, this is your last pick, Coach. This is 5.
Yeah, no, I thought you said we had a wild card.
Yeah, you can use it now. This is for your starting 5, so this will be your last pick.
Okay, then never mind. Then I'll just go with Alex English. I thought we were doing the wild card.
Yeah, you can do you can do wild cards if you want. If you want to.
No. I thought there was one extra player as a wild card. So it was 5, and then the wild card was 6. Dennis Rodman.
He has a bunch of rings. What are you talking about? He won with Detroit and Chicago.
Smack me, I'm stupid.
All right, wait a minute.
I was like, all right. Blaze, who you got?
I was going to take Chris Paul. Go with my small ball.
Oh, I know who I'm going with.
I guess I'll take a current guy. Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
Because I think if he doesn't end up getting a ring, it's kind of like a Barkley scenario. He's getting close, and if he doesn't get it, it's a shame.
Yeah. And Randy.
I'm going with the guy that's final on my list. Wasn't on this list. Joe Johnson.
Now, I'm just curious here. Did Peja Stojakovic win a ring?
He didn't with Sacramento.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did. Okay. Because I think I'm going with Peja or with Murison.
Really? You would pick him in your top. You'd have Yao Ming and George Muir. Why would you even consider George Murison?
Why not?
One of
Why not?
It literally says the first word in this is best.
Best.
Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I see it. Okay. I thought so.
I'm going with Peja Stojakovic.
Best players. Even though I think Russell Westbrook's overall better than Butler, I would have took Westbrook. I like Jimmy Butler. That was a personal.
Joy. How do you spell Stojakovic again?
Stojak.
Oh yeah, Peja did win a
VIC.
ring.
He did.
Oh, he
win.
did?
The
Okay.
Mavs.
Oh, I forgot he was on that Mavs team.
Yeah.
You go in the
Alright.
corner. Go in the corner, Mitch. You get detention, teacher Mitch.
You give us homework and you do this to us?
Yeah, you get all this homework.
Alright, shoot. Alright. Sure. It's only real. I'm gonna go small ball here. Oh yeah, Alex English is gone. So let me just do that. And yep, Paul George.
I think I just realized one that's not on the list.
Who?
Carmelo.
Yeah, he is. He's up here.
He's the first one.
Where?
Scroll up, Mitch.
Oh.
He's right here. Yep. You know what?
Couldn't
I'm
see
going
that.
with Carmelo.
I didn't even see those names up top.
No, I couldn't see those names either. My last
I
pick.
knew he was on there. I
What
just
you trying to
wanted
do,
to.
man? You sandbagging.
No, watch it. I went like this.
You covered him up. Why'd you cover
No,
him
I
up?
didn't.
There's
You
video
covered up
evidence.
Melo. You covered up
I didn't see
Weber.
Bob Lemire, Lillard, or Weber. Way to go. man.
Baldwin.
Your
Yep.
teacher,
All
your
right.
teacher credentials are suspended.
Good, because I never went to school to become a teacher.
No one said you did, but you gave us homework.
Yeah, you did give us.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys wanted me to be more organized.
That doesn't mean make us do a bunch of work.
Hey, y'all stop being babies. Stop it, man.
Yeah,
You have to
coach.
do some work. So what? So what?
There's Mitch's cousin Egon Kowalski in the chat.
Oh, yo, what is up, man? What is up? Thank you for stopping by. I was on another tab this whole
And
time.
Mitch's best friend Hugh G. Rection in the chat. That's Suck My Dong's cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's.
And aren't
Yes,
they
I
like-
asked him on my
Oh,
stream.
Oh,
He's
thank
like,
you, Arku.
he was like,
Thank you,
remember,
Arku.
Dong, dong.
Suck My Dong is in your
What
chat
is good
too, Mitch.
further? What is
Cut
good?
further.
Yeah, Chris Mullen and Tim Hardaway. They didn't
Yeah,
win a
Tim
ring
Hardaway.
either.
Yeah, I forgot about them.
Mullen would have been
All
a
right.
good one, but I got enough shooters.
Same.
I got no big man.
Mullen, what was it? TMC and what was the other? Mitch Richmond.
Rich Mitch.
Hey,
Oh,
I
Mullen.
didn't
yeah.
win a ring.
Not you, a real Mitch.
Damn.
It's like
A
that.
real Mitch.
That shit's
Wow.
gonna bother me. That shit's really gonna bother me.
All right, guys. So who has the best team? Rios, go with yours first.
You're not allowed to pick your own. Is that how we're doing it? Who's
Well,
who's-
No, just say who's on your team and stuff like that, and then you can pick who has the best team. Try not to pick your own.
picking my
So-
nose?
Hey,
yeah, I wasn't picking players, based on building a team. I just picked best things I could think of.
Yeah.
But as far as like best team, I gotta go with
Way
I
to
gotta go with coach's team.
Yeah. Way to go, teacher. Not titling it right. Pick a team. Pick a starting five from players who never won a ring. And I don't know what layers are.
oh my God. these ones-
You know I'm going to make
Alright.
fun of it if you have a typo.
Yeah, I know
Anything you
that.
type can and will be held against you in the court of blame.
Trust me, with halftime using voice dictations. All right, coach, who do you think has the best team?
What era are we playing in? Are we playing in today's era? Are you playing in the 90s and the 80s?
Ooh,
Just overall team.
this overall team, I don't know which era we're playing in.
Because if I'm doing today's, I'm gonna go with Rios. But if I'm not,
Okay.
if I'm doing, kind of the 80s, 90s, that era, I'm going with Randy's.
All right, so, okay. Blaze, who you got?
I didn't pick a team. I just picked my favorites.
so
So my
Alright,
team
so-
ain't gonna compete against nobody. We'll
So who has-
outshoot most of you. Overall, I mean, it'd be hard to stop coach's team. I mean, look at that. I mean, if you're going to go in the paint, you're in trouble against Coach's team.
I got Yao Ming.
They will eat. Everyone on his team would eat Yao Ming alive.
Hey,
And Yao Ming was a stopper, but yeah, Coach has got the best all-around team. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'd take his. At last place, the worst team is definitely Mitch's.
hey, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
And I'm kind of on the
Randy.
same page that Coach said. If I was going with today, it'd be a different answer.
Yeah.
Because of the way the game.
So, Randy, who got the best team?
Mhm.
Coach.
Coach. And for me, I'll go with.
Blaze.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mitch. I appreciate
I
that.
was going to go with
No,
you
no.
because you have Iverson.
and a former Sixer Butler.
He's literally playing 5 guards, and you've seen that.
I
You do
know.
see that nowadays. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
you
gonna
really
go
see that
5
nowadays.
guards.
If
My
I was
team will
really,
be fast. My team can
if
be
I
fast.
was really
and shoot.
picking, I'll go with Coach. If I was really picking, I'll go with Coach.
You put Coach's 5 against my 5, it looks completely different. My little guys versus big guys.
All right. Now this one's I'm really excited for. The top 10 players who are exciting to watch.
So favorite players.
No, some of
Because
mine are
if they're
not
ex-
favorite players here.
If they're exciting for you to watch, they're your favorite player.
No, they're
If
not.
they're exciting
Some are
to
not.
you.
But they're still not my favorite players.
Yeah, because they're exciting to you, then they must be your favorite players.
No.
See, I know who you got on the list. That's why you're trying to defend it. You got me on the list, bitch, because I'm exciting all the time. Whether you like me or not, you're excited when you see me. There you go. Tobias Harris, Mitch's number 1 pick.
No. All right. So I'm just thinking, should we just go 10-10 around? Or I think each person just says who they have on our top 10.
Yeah.
So.
My top 10 exciting just happens to be 10 of my favorite.
Oh no, wait a minute.
Then you go first then.
I was ready to
All
do
right.
the other top 10.
Now-
Sorry.
Now, it was tough to rank these, so they're not really ranked. Like they are, I can move them around a little bit. But you wanted top 10, so I'll read them as the top 10, but I
Yeah.
could shuffle these any point in
Yeah,
time.
you could. Yeah, same with mine. Same with mine.
The most exciting player to me to watch when he's healthy is Ja Morant because he does things that are phenomenal. If he's healthy, the way he attacks the ring, that reminds me of what I like in a player. So not that he's the best, he's exciting as hell for me to watch. He's the one that makes me get out of my seat when he does things.
Yep.
Number 2, for a long time, Giannis. I've loved how Giannis plays because he's in and out. We talked about how skinny he was before, and now he bulks up. So I love Giannis's game from top to bottom. In a shooting aspect, my number 3 is Steph Curry because if you watch his pregame, you watch him shoot from anywhere. That's exciting to me. Just throwing the ball up from anywhere so quickly, and he's that good with it. My number 4, I picked him as a possible MVP this year, and I love watching him play as Anthony Edwards. I love the way he attacks the rim as well, and just he's so smooth. So I love Anthony Edwards as well. Another one that when he's healthy, he's so exciting to me, and that's Zion Williamson. He's not healthy, but when he is completely healthy, he does things that excite me, and that's that you want it exciting. He is exciting when he does things that you don't see other people do. Next on the list is SGA. SGA is smooth. He's quick. And I think his game has evolved since I watched him at Kentucky into something special, one of the top players in the game. An all-around player for my next one is Luka. And just the way he is just so comfortable with what he's doing and how he has evolved his game from the European international game into what he is now. That is exciting to me. The next 2 are 2 of my favorites right now. I've been preaching on them all year. They're exciting to watch. They've stepped up their game this year, and that's Tyrese and Tyrese. That's Maxey and Halliburton. Both of them, they're so exciting to watch. They're just fun because of their energy and their ability to score, pass, just everything they can do. And number 10, because of his ceiling and what he might do, It's Wembanyama. The things he's been doing this year are phenomenal. We've never seen a lot of things he's been doing. So that is exciting to me because what he could become, like Coach was alluding to earlier. The ceiling is high for him. So Ja, Giannis, Steph, Zion, SGA, Luka, Ant, Tyrese, Wemby. Those are my 10. I love watching all 10 of them.
All right. Let's go with Randy next.
Okay. Blay said, no particular order. But for number 1, I got SGA. Obviously, for more reasons than none. Most games played out of anybody in the top 10 next to Jokic at 60. So the guy's consistent and he's putting up easily 31.5 points a game. Number 2 is Ant, for the same reasons that Blaze said, but also for his ceiling. If that kid starts taking basketball really serious, I think he could take this league over by storm. Number 3 is De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is one of those guards where it's like when that ball gets in his hand, look out because this guy is going to do things you really haven't seen before. Number 4, I'm going with Rios' boy, big man, Alperen Sengun. I get to see him on a quite regular basis when the Raptors play the Rockets on a home and home. And that guy shuts us down. That guy is going to be one of the top bigs potentially being talked about for DPOY. So look out for the number 5 and number 6 are the Tyrese's, Maxey and Halliburton. Maxey for basically being able to take over a team so quickly and being able to lead without his number 1 and still keep you guys afloat, even though sometimes it doesn't look that way, even though he's still young. So that's nice. Halliburton, the guy can throw the ball anywhere. The guy's a dime machine. Like if he's got an opportunity to find you, get you the rock, he's gonna get it to you. Number 7, I'm going with Wemby. More than anything, that guy's ceiling is probably the highest. Like watching him play, it sometimes feels unfair. We played them the other, I think it was about a week ago, and like he had to think like 7 or 8 blocks, and it was just like get him out. It's not even fair. Like the guy's fucking taller than the rest of the world. Like come on. Like so, him at number 7. My number 8 is Cam Thomas, the Nets guard. That guy is a walking pocket. I feel like if this guy can get his game on point, look out. This guy could be their hidden gem. Number 9, I got Darius Garland. You want to talk about guards? This guy is a great two-way guard. Can do it on both ends. Doesn't just slouch it off when he goes on the defensive end. No, he brings his A game. And obviously number 10, obviously like Blaze said, but Zion Williamson, when healthy, one of the best big men. I also have a little tidbit to drop as well before I hand the reins off. He said last night, because we played the Pelicans last night, the Raptors did, and he was asked, would you join the dunk competition? He said, yes, only if I'm an all-star. So we will have a Zion Williamson in the dunk comp if he's an all-star. So keep that in mind. And I seen him do a dunk last night. Oh my fucking God. The way he took off, murdered that rim. I for a second became a Pels fan. I was like, oh yeah, that's what's up. And I was like, wait, no, that was against my Raptors. No. That's my list. That's my 10.
All right.
Did you say you were dropping a Timbit? That's a Canadian thing. You said it. Yeah. I thought you said the Timbits.
Yeah, I did. I did.
I caught that Canadian comment.
All right, Rio, who you got?
All right, so like the other guys mentioned, no particular order. So first I have Luka. That guy's man, he's averaging 30 plus the last couple of years. He is like a more efficient James Harden, like when he was with the Rockets in his prime. Just very similar games. If he can stay healthy, I think that'd be the one person that could probably challenge the scoring record. If he could stay healthy and play at least 12, 15 years more. Absolutely not. Number 2, I'm gonna go Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, the guy is averaging 25 and like almost 12 assists. Like you don't really see that much in today's NBA, which is very exciting to watch. He's really elevated his game, and I think he can probably take it up to another level as well. So that's exciting to see for the future. Next, I got Joker. You look at the guy; does not look athletic at all, but then he will just run the ball up the court, do a no-look pass, and then just run back on defense. He's fun to watch. Next I got Sengun. same type of player, just a lot younger, and I'm really excited to see how his ceiling is. Next, a guy I didn't really like for a few years, Steph Curry, just because he's always beating my Rockets in the Western Conference Finals. But man,
Right.
just seeing him light it up from anywhere on the court, as a fan of the game, it's exciting to watch every night. And then from there, I got SGA. I mean, I remember a few years ago, no one knew who he was, and now he's dark horse MVP candidate right now.
Yes.
And from there, I got De'Aaron Fox, guy's a walking bucket, and he has Sacramento, they're making some noise in the West. I'm interested to see what they can do come playoff time. After that, I got Ja. I mean, just guy's a highlight reel when he's on the court.
Yeah.
Same thing on my next on Zion. The two guys that are highlight reels, they just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah.
And then last is Giannis. I remember when he first came into the league. I remember he was like this real skinny teenager, not much to his game, and now look at him. MVP, a Finals MVP, NBA champion. Like he's really come a long way.
Yeah. All right, Coach, who's your top 10?
And put it in the
I think
Yeah,
I know one.
I know y'all went without ranking them. I actually did rank mine. And before anybody says anything, no, I did not put Jalen Brunson on my list. All right. So if you're going to say that, and no, I did not put LeBron James on my list. Those are two that I didn't.
All right.
Number 10, Paolo Banchero. He's probably one of the most underrated players in the league also. And the way this kid plays, I mean, he can pretty much do just about anything. Coming out of Duke, I know there was debate about him going number 1 overall, but he's proven to everyone why he was the number 1 overall draft pick. And the kid is just phenomenal. Number 9, Jason Tatum. I mean, he's a Celtic. I know. And it is hard for me to put a Celtic on my list, but I have to respect game. And he has game. He definitely does. The only thing missing from him right now, is the championship. Otherwise, I would start to wonder. If he has a championship, I'm actually going to start to say he might be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's just that good. Next, for all you Philly fans, Tyrese Maxey. The kid is just lightning, phenomenal, and just can score from anywhere. I mean, his dribble, one-handed scoop layup is I'm just so amazed. And really, he's really not that big. I mean, he and Quickly are about the same size. He's just a little bit more dynamic than Quickly. But 7, I have, of course, everybody's favorite, Victor Wembanyama. I mean, legitimate unicorn. Yes, he is. He really is. Number 6, Nikola Jokic. I mean, what more can you say? Going to be a third time probably winning the league MVP. Rios, you said it before. I mean, the guy doesn't look like a basketball player. I mean, also think about it. He was a second-round draft pick, and he was even bigger than what he is now, and he's worked hard to get his game to where it is. Number 5, SGA. I mean, the kid just does any and everything on that basketball court, especially for that team there in Oklahoma City. So he's definitely one of the elites. 4, Anthony Edwards. I mean, for a while, that team was Cat Williams, and he just basically went there and said, Cat, I love you. You my big bro, but I'm taking the reins for this team. And he does. He can do whatever he wants to do. Great size, strong, can shoot the rock, can dribble, can attack the paint. He can post you up. He can also go on the defensive end, and he can guard guys one-on-one. So he is definitely up there. 3 is John Morant, most electric, coming out of that draft with Zion and RJ. I mean, yes, he has his all-court issues and the injuries, but if he wasn't, he'd probably be the face of the league right now or in contention for it. Number 2, what can I say? Steph Curry, man. You got to watch him because you want to know, is he just going to get the ball inbounds, turn around, and shoot a J just from the other side? Because I do wonder that. And it's just like, damn, where can this guy not shoot from? And then number 1, it's going to be a little controversial, but it's Giannis and Dame Lillard. And I did this because Greek freak. I mean, he could do just offense, defense, gets the ball literally 2 steps from the free throw line, and there he goes. You can't stop him. He's a Mack truck. You really have to be a. I would wonder if Shaq could even stop him coming down the lane. That's how ferocious it is when he comes down that lane. And then Dame also. I mean, you know what? Dame is just a straight closer, man. He's a straight closer. And he's another one who could shoot it from anywhere on the court. And then those two together, I mean, Milwaukee should be much higher in terms of their overall record because of those two. But I get it; they need time to develop. But that's why I put those two together, because I definitely want to see those two playing together, not just this year, but as long as they can, man. Because they are it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher Mitch, he cheated. He took 11. Teacher Mitch, he cheated. 11.
I combined them.
I feel you, Coach. I have to dig on.
He's good.
You're good.
Mine are not in order. Just 10, Tyrese Maxey. Just being a Sixers fan, being able to watch him any given night, just his speed, the way he attacks the rim, his 3-point percentage going up and up each and every year is incredible to see. I can't wait to see his future. Number 9. I'm surprised no one said this. LaMelo Ball. I'm surprised that no one said LaMelo Ball with his playmaking ability, his scoring ability, just like how he dribbles the rock.
He's
and
not
whenever,
exciting. He's good, but he's not exciting.
He's not
for me,
healthy
it
enough.
is. I've been a fan of him ever since he was in middle school.
Well,
So,
you think Orange Cassidy's not exciting too, so.
well, he's not.
All right, LaMelo
next.
excites Mitch. Gotcha.
Pause. Next is,
LaMelo Ball excites me.
Yeah.
He likes the
All right.
balls.
How did no one say this guy? Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid can score literally from anywhere on the floor, especially from the elbow and free throw line. This guy leads the league in points per game. And he oh my God, I can't speak. His defensive side of the ball is basically, he's in contention for defensive player of the year every single year. So for me, that's the next one. And then 7.
Actually, Luka is actually the leader for points, but I see what you mean.
Well, Embiid is out for.
He was when he was playing.
Next is Giannis. Giannis is he just attacks the rim. No one can stop this guy. It's just insane to watch. And then next, Dame Lillard, just how he can shoot from the logo at any given time and how he can be a clutch shooter, especially in that 3-point contest and when he can pull off on half court. Next is Anthony Edwards. I have Anthony Edwards at 5 just because of how explosive he is, how he can attack the rim. Just pause, I know that. Just how he can just lead a team. And then 4, Luka. I have Luka at 4. I've seen him play live twice and just watch him cook my Sixers every single time. It's just like he could do whatever he wants on the court.
Does he cook
And number
noodles?
3, Wembanyama. I got
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama at 3. Just as a matter of fact, this guy can get a triple-double in blocks. In blocks, he can get a triple-double. Like,
You don't
I
have to
can't
keep
wait.
dramatizing me. I know, okay? I know.
Hey, Randy, me and you, Randy,
and
me-
still lose.
and
This thing
Randy,
got
me and
worse
you,
with him on there.
and then Randy, me and you were streaming his the game on Monday. So we got
Who
that.
who
And
did you have before Wemby?
Luca.
Gotcha, I missed that. Okay. Sorry.
So I have number 2, Kyrie Irving. Just how he can create his own shot, how he can shoot from 3, and how his finishing ability towards the rim is just like how he can make it bucket is insane. Number 1,
It's me,
The
Tobias Harris. Tobias, the
Oh,
most
there you
exciting
go.
player in all the world. Nobody needs to hear you number 1 because I'm the number 1.
number 1 is Steph Curry. I mean, just like his shooting ability, how he can shoot anywhere on the floor. This guy is box office. I love watching him play every single time.
Good stuff.
So,
So
and LaMelo
SGA,
Ball
Ja, and
and
Zion, Ja, and SGA don't excite you, then, Mitch. That's what you're saying.
if you want
At
honorable
all.
mentions, if you want honorable
See, I
mentions,
mean, I love this exercise, but it is subjective because for some people, exciting is different. For
Yeah.
me, exciting is dunking, going to the basket, shooting crazy shots. Big men, Embiid and Jokic, are two of the greatest of all time. They're not exciting to me. So exciting
No.
is very subjective.
And for
I'm
me,
surprised that-
I picked young players. I like
Yeah.
my oldest kid on here is 26, and that's Fox. Everybody else is either 20 or 22. So I like the younger generation that's going to potentially start leading this league.
like
so
that.
I was picking the younger guy.
Five different takes. That's what's so beautiful about this podcast is you can put something out like that and you get 5 different takes of what exciting is to them. So good job, Mitch. Teacher Mitch did something right.
all right. Which NBA teams are in panic mode?
Oh, I got a couple on this one.
I do too. So
I don't
we're gonna
wanna go
start with Randy on this one. Which teams are in panic mode?
And now, like, this is where I wanted to ask, like, you mean like overall, not like teams that are in the playoffs, but just like an overall, like the teams right now,
Whatever you consider
Overall right
panic. We got what, 15 games left or something?
Yeah.
something like that.
What teams are panicking? And for whatever reason, it's up to you.
Of course, Ark, who says Mavs.
Some people could be panicking because they don't have home court. Some people could be panicking because they don't make the playoffs. There's a lot of ways to panic.
For me, I would probably say number one would probably be the Knicks, just because like the injuries, right? And like OG hasn't come back yet. Brunson's starting to get nicked up. It's like what's going on with Randall. And then like it's working, but it's not really working, and they're kind of like starting to like either get creeped up by the Heat, and we all know we don't want the Heat in the playoffs, especially in the top 6, because then they get out of that play-in. Sorry, boys, but number 2's got to be number 7, the Phillies, or the Sixers.
Phillies.
Sixers.
Yes. We know you hate them now because you told us last week.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this through a thicker lens, right? Like
You're correct.
as soon as
You're right on. They should be panicking.
as soon as your big man went down, it was like at first it was like, okay, like maybe this won't be as bad. Maybe you guys can kind of keep it afloat, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But then it's like now you guys are starting to fall. You're in the play-in now, and who knows what happens with the Pacers if they start getting hot, and you guys are still trying to keep afloat. So it's kind of scary. You guys are probably in a little bit of a panic mode, at least in my eyes. And then on the other side, I'm going to go the Western Conference for my last one, and I'm going to say the Mavs actually, yeah, because they're sitting in number 8. They're literally one game behind the Lakers being right there, and then the Golden State Warriors are only 2 games away from them. So it's like if they lose on going on a 3-game losing streak, they're basically staring at the number 10 spot, and they definitely don't want to be there. So who knows what happens with Utah? So those are my top 3.
All right, and let's go with Blaze next.
All right, so the way I look at panic at this time of the year, I mean, yes, and Randy's dead on. The teams, and I talked about it with you, Mitch, teams like the Knicks and the Sixers not having their big players, their panic is they might not have a first-round home court advantage. That's one type of panic. The way I looked at it is teams that should be panicking because they want to get into the playoffs. There's only 10 teams that don't make the damn playoffs. So the way I looked at it, I just looked at the standings. You can easily see that teams like in the East, Charlotte, Washington, and Detroit, they're out of it. 15 or less wins, you're not going to make it. So the Raptors and the Nets should be in sort of a panic mode to try to do something to make into the play-in with only 15 to 20 games left. Not panicking that they're falling apart, but panicking because they need to make a move now if they're going to get into that play-in.
I will say, though, just to give you context, we did lose our number 1 player for the season, and our number 1 center went down. So we don't have Scotty Barnes or Jakob Poeltl for the rest of the season.
Next man up. You got to find a new star. I mean, and that's what I mean. That's the panic, is who's going to step up? Who's going to do that? Can you have someone that could not fill the shoes, but step up and just get, I mean, you're only 4 games out of the playoffs right now. So 4 games, and the Nets are only 2 games out. So those 2 teams They're not. They have to find a way to squeak into the playoffs. The Nets are only a couple games away, so they're more realistic. But the Raptors got to do something, especially without those players, to try to sneak in, because the ultimate goal is to win the title, to win the ring. But the first goal of every team is to get into the postseason, because, like we saw with the Heat last year, any team that makes the playoffs can make a run. In the West, same thing. You look at the bottom, you got Spurs, Blazers, Grizzlies, and they're pretty much out of it. Grizzlies could make a run. But the Rockets and the Jazz, if they make the right adjustments, they can get into the playoffs. We talked about Rios' Rockets already overachieving to what we thought they can do, but can they make a difference? They're only 5 games out. The Jazz are 4 games out. So if the Jazz and the Rockets, and then in the East, I'd say Nets and Raptors, can they do what they need to do to get into that play-in?
Yep. And all right, Coach, which teams have panicking? Which teams are panicking?
There's one thing I included in my panic thought process, and it's the fan bases. And that plays a big role. And 4 fan bases I know that are in panic with their teams. One in the West is the Lakers. There's a lot of Laker fans that I know that are really concerned and scared about the Lakers, and because they won a championship. And when you have Anthony Davis and LeBron James, the expectation is a lot higher than anyone else. And in the East, we've already said it. And, Blaze, you already hit on it. New York, both New York teams, as well as Philly. And I include the Nets because I know a lot of Nets fans, who still thinks that the Nets run the city, which they don't, but they're in such disarray, firing your coach, the Ben Simmons situation, who is the actual star on that team, and like Arku just said, the Nets are a disaster, and there's a lot of Nets fans who feel that way. Knicks fans and the Sixers fans are the same thing because of the injuries. The expectation is a lot higher if those guys were there. So that's where I looked at in terms of the panic mode, because I included the fan base, because that's a big factor to me. And as a Knicks fan, I hear it now. Before we were cruising, we could probably get to 2. Now it's, oh my gosh, we could probably be in the play-in. And if we're in the play-in, then, we could probably need 2 games to make it, to move up, and, so on and so forth, after expecting to probably be 2 or 3 in the East. So
that's 3 different takes on this. I'm going to commend Teacher Mitch again with a good segment, but I don't want to do that because Coach and Randy had great points. And like I said, mine was based on, trying to make the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
I love that clip.
All right, Rios, which teams are in panic mode?
So mine's a little bit different. Mine's is not one missing the play-in or playoffs, but also the future. Like Atlanta, for example, they're in danger of missing the playoffs, but they're probably going to blow it up because there's a lot of rumors surrounding Trae Young, and he might get traded this offseason, and they're going to have to basically blow the whole thing up and just go through the whole rebuild process again. So that'd be the one team I would say in the East, just because they're right on the cusp of the play-in and couple games that they, couple game losing streak, and they're out of it, and then they have no idea what their future holds. For the West, 2 teams, the Lakers and the Mavs, because they could go on a losing streak and also miss out on the playoffs. And there's only so much losing Luka can do before he gets unhappy and tries to force his way out. We've seen it before, guys forced their way out of organizations, even under contract. And there's only so much losing a guy, of that caliber can take as far as losing. And with the Lakers, if they miss the playoffs completely, again, there's no telling what the future holds for that, because who knows when LeBron stays. He might go to another team. Say Bronny gets drafted, he goes to that team. Like, they have no idea what their future holds, because Anthony Davis has shown he can't carry this team by himself. So those would be the 2 teams that on the West that I say are in peril, because, again, if they miss the playoffs, that changes the whole trajectory of the offseason and for next season.
Did you say
playoffs?
And that's after us three, I didn't think there'd be a different take on it again, but that's a great points, Rios. I said teams trying to get in. You're talking about teams that might fall out. That's a panic too. That's good shit. All right, Mitch, you got to make it 5 different takes.
I'm going to try. It's going to be difficult, but I just have one question. How much longer is Donovan Mitchell out for? Does anyone know his timetable?
No clue.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
There's no time for us. He might miss the rest of the regular season. It's only like 2 weeks left.
Because that was my thing. If he's not, this is hypothetical speaking. If he's not ready to come playoffs, and he has to play in Cleveland right now, in the playoffs, they got to play Miami. So they got to hope. I know they just beat the Celtics by 1 point. I get that. But it just comes down to Donovan Mitchell's availability for right now. Because obviously they don't. If I was a Cleveland fan, I would not want to play Miami. I would not. I would want to play like.
2 more games for Mitchell.
Oh, 2 more? Oh, okay. But I'm just saying, just based on his ability, then to stay healthy. Then next is I'm gonna go a little bit of a homer. I'm going to pick the Sixers just for the matter of fact is that we're waiting for everyone to get healthy. We're waiting for Embiid. Kyle Lowry's not playing tonight. Maxi's injured. D'Anthony Melton's out. Robert Covington is still not back yet. It's just like for injuries for us.
I'm waiting for that council rant.
I already made a video.
I know.
So,
I know.
I already made a video. So, But, it's kind of interesting with the West. It's so competitive. Like, I'm going to say Sacramento. I'm going to say Sacramento here because right now they're the 7th seed and they're right in the play-in. They would be playing Dallas, I'm guessing, right? They're the 8th seed. So the 7 plays 8, 9 plays 10.
7.
Right?
No, 7 plays 2. Because the 2 play-in teams play each other, I think.
No, I mean, if they win, like, who did Sacramento play first in order to make it in?
They're in right now. They're 7.
7 plays 8, and the loser would play the winner of 9 versus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so, yep. If I were them, I need to try to get into that 6th seed. Try to bump the Suns out of there. I would not want to play Dallas, and if they lose that, I would not want to play against the Lakers or the Warriors. So, going Sacramento. Randy, were you saying something?
Yeah, I was just saying that's gonna be hard to try to get past the Suns.
Yeah, they're playing pretty good right now. For the most part, they're pretty healthy. Like they might go on a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
Hey, before we move on, let me ask everybody something real quick because the talk of the play-in has come up throughout this. What do you guys like or not like the play-in system?
I was going to make that a topic for next week, but perfect question.
Because it's coming up today. Are you a fan of it or not? I'm not saying if I am or not, but I'm just saying. What do you think?
Honestly, me, I'm not a fan of it. It's too many teams making the playoffs.
Okay, fair. Coach, why do you say you are?
Because it keeps the back end of the season. Teams are not just giving up a lot earlier. So you do have teams on the back end who are still trying to play. Now, look, it's not a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
It's playoff intensity. It's like, you know what? Do you want to get into the playoffs? Then you know what? You got to win this little tournament. Just like Mitch's favorite during the season, the in-season tournament. Well, that's the back end of the season and tournament. And that's what it does, because think about it. In the past, you did have those teams who were like teetering right there, within the 8, 9, 10 range. And then they would literally say, well, you know what? I'm done. But now it gives them an opportunity, to still get into the playoffs, because we're now talking about it. The Nets, normally they wouldn't be in contention, but they still have an opportunity to get into at least the play-in. And now on the back end, if you're 9 and 10, look, you got to win 2 games to at least make the playoffs. And look what Miami did last year. Miami had a great run. Yeah. They were from the play-in. So if not, do they make the playoffs? So
playoffs?
That's why I like it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So for me, I like it. I just like to watch more basketball games. I want to see competitiveness because what we got in the All-Star game, there was no competitiveness. It was still fun to watch. Me and Blaze, T.O. were having fun watching the All-Star game. That was fun to watch. But I love competitiveness in NBA, and that's what the play-in brings for me.
Before Randy goes, I would say I would meet it. I think I like the idea of a play-in, but I think it's too many. I think only 10 teams not making it. I'd rather them just have 2. Go down to 2 play-ins. Let the 2 play-ins go at it to see who gets in. You still get that level of extra competition, or you can go straight 8, go straight bracket and just put the top 8 in. That's almost half of the teams in, half of the teams out. To only have 10 teams out, I love the extra competition, which each of you have great points on why you like it or don't like it. But I just think in any professional sport, getting in the playoffs should be elite. If you're less than half of the league, I don't think you should make a playoff. So I like the play-in, but I wish it was just 8. Go ahead, Coach. You can add on.
I'm confused because the play-in to me is not a playoff game.
But it's postseason. It's postseason. You get extra games. That's what I'm saying. To make the postseason is every team's first goal because you have an opportunity to win it all if you're in the postseason. So, and we saw, like you said, with the Heat, they sneak in and they can. And I like the opportunity for more teams to win it all, but it has to be, to me, the elite. I like a straight 8. Randy,
you took basically what I wanted to say right out of my mouth. So that, yeah.
So you like a straight 8? People getting in, or just less of a play-in?
Yeah, like I like the idea of the straight 8, but I wouldn't mind if like you said, if it was like 9 got in or something like that or whatever. But like just more teams. It's like for example, it's like last year my team made it to play-in. My team was not ready and capable of making a play-in, nor should they have, and we got our asses whooped by the goddamn Bulls. And it was almost like it gave the city false bravado and like false hope, like, oh, we're going to the playoffs. It's like, no, it's not even like we're going to the playoffs. It's like we got to win another game after this. And it's like the way we were trending, it just never felt right. And then we had our demise collapse. So it's like I don't know. But then I also see where Coach comes from too. It's like teams that are right on the cusp and maybe they lost a player, but then they lost a few games, but then they came back and they started winning some, but they were just a few games short. I could see it from that point of view as well.
That's a great topic to debate. I really like talking about that topic. Sorry to steal from next week, Mitch, but it was fresh.
It's fine. We could bring it up again next week. So this one is going to be kind of interesting, and that is underrated players. So me and Randy were talking about this on Monday when we were watching a basketball game. So out of the 30 teams, right, I'm going to do a random number generator. So 1 to 30, I hit the number, and the first one is 1. So Blaze, so for this, you will get the Celtics. Who's an underrated player on the Boston Celtics?
I have no clue. I picked certain players based on
okay, then that's fine.
Whether they're well known, and I got one very kind of unknown that I think is underrated because I don't know the teams as well to do it that way.
Let's hear it. Who do you got?
So number 1, and he's only underrated because of his name hasn't gotten out there a lot, and I think he's one of the best in the league, and that's from Rios' team, Şengün. I think underrated because his name isn't out there as much. That's one way I look at underrated. I look at 2 of my Kentucky players. De'Aaron Fox is getting there, but Malik Monk is also very underrated. I think both of those players could be top players anywhere. One guy who's getting a little more shine this year because he's averaging 19, 4, and 5, Kobe White, because I think he's about to make the leap to elite. In my opinion, he's really starting to step out and take control. But my most underrated player, which people don't know a lot about, is Peyton Watson from the Nuggets. This kid has it all. He has he's only averaging 6'2" and 1 right now because look at the team he's playing on. They're the champions. They're loaded. But I've watched highlights. He's a guy 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. He can take it to the rack and dunk. He is a good passer, and he's a really good 3-point shooter. He could be a future all-star, depending on what happens with the Nuggets or if he goes somewhere. But Peyton Watson, if you don't know about him, go Google him and watch his highlights. That dude's electric. So I got three different types of underrated.
I like it. So, Randy, do you know any underrated players or?
Yeah, I got a couple. One of mine is Rios is gonna hate this, but it's San Antonio Spurs wing Devin Vassell. 38 games this year. The kid's been averaging 18.5 points per game. He's 22. He's long and rangy. They call him a classified sniper on the team, I guess, from when it comes to shooting from three. So, still learning the game and becoming a better player under obviously one of the greatest coaches, Greg Pop. So that's one of mine. Another one of mine is Nickeil Alexander-Walker from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shout out another Canadian boy. Woohoo! He's a guard, former lottery pick in 2019. It didn't really work out where he landed originally, but with the T-Wolves this year, he seems to have found his groove. And working alongside the head coach, I guess he's found a lane. He's part of the second unit, and he's very versatile. He gets after it. He's got tenacity like none other. I guess they call him the pit bull, and they gotta sometimes pull him back. So that's one of mine guys. And then another one is Mark Williams. I saw him the other night when we played the Charlotte Hornets. He's a center. This guy, man, I know he's not rated as like a 7-footer, but he can go up against some of the best. And the way he manhandled Jakob Poeltl, it made Jakob look like he was 6'4". So look out for Mark Williams, man. He's pretty underrated. Those are the three guys that I looked up. So
very good. I like them.
Rios, what about you?
Well, I only picked one because it said player, so I just picked one person. But
yeah,
no,
that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Hopefully your dog's okay, Mike.
Yeah, no, like Blaze said, I went with Sengun just because his name's not really out there. Because we drafted him, we didn't know what to think of him. 19-year-old teenager from Turkey, middle of the round, middle of the first round. We'll see how it turns out. The consensus was that Jalen Green was going to be our cornerstone player. Fast forward 3 years later, it's Sengun's on the cusp of being an all-star, and they're looking to build a team around him, and they might trade Jalen Green in the offseason. So it's he's come a long way from being benched last year to being the focal point of offense on this team, and starting to get a little bit of national recognition. If Shaq recognizes your game, you're doing something right.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Coach. Barbecue chicken.
Coach, who's your underrated player or player?
Hit us with a good one.
Well, I gave you one earlier in Powell. I did say it that I believe he's one of the most underrated. And the only other one that I was thinking about is the kid from the Pelicans. Was it Jones is his last name? Because he killed my Knicks the other day.
Jones.
Yeah.
Herb Jones, yeah. He's good.
That kid is developing. And I did see an article where, I know it was tongue in cheek, but they were saying, does Judge Jones supplant Zion Wilson with the big three with McCollum and what's the other kid's name?
Ingram.
Ingram, yeah. So, but the guy is long. I think he's 6'8". I mean, great long span, can play great defense on ball, off ball. Yep. As well as he can shoot the rock, he can attack the paint. So, he's definitely an underrated player. But I also have a question for you guys. Do you feel Cade Cunningham is an underrated player because he plays on Detroit?
Probably.
Yeah, he doesn't get the. I think he's definitely underrated just because been on some terrible teams and doesn't get a lot of national games. So a lot of guys don't get to see his game that often.
Yeah, when you're drafted that high, the expectations are high too, and he's not going to get a chance to really shine on a team that's shit, for lack of a better word. So definitely,
I say no because he's doing everything that he can in his power to. You see him with the stats. You see him trying to help other players get them over the hump. So for me, he was number 1 drafted. He already had the hype going into it. So. For the casual basketball fan, yes, I could go that way. But for me, I'm just going to say no because I know his game and I know what he can bring to the team, no matter what team he is on. So he's just in a difficult situation.
Imagine him on a
That's
couple
right.
teams that are just one piece away. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
Yes.
You put him on a team that's one piece away. I think it can help move the needle because we're not seeing everything Cade Cunningham can do. But like Mitt said, he's trying to do everything he can. You can't do much when you got a shit team.
Not only that,
That's
but when
right.
your body's kind of failing you too, like he's been battling the injuries,
True.
and that's the big one. Like the injuries are why he's
Me too.
missing time, and when you miss time, you don't develop quite right. And when you're not developing and you're on a team that's losing, it doesn't really
It's the
work.
big
Going
one.
home.
It's the big one, Miss Elizabeth.
Yo, Blaze,
I'm
what the
bumming
hell was
Elizabeth.
that?
The big one. It's the big
No,
one.
what was I saw that beforehand when you just right there. Yeah, what the hell? Was
And it's
that,
not
bro?
just that too.
It's
You got to
got me
look at Monty
excited.
Williams. You got to look at Monty Williams. This guy's been doing terrible as a coach. He needs a team that's already contending for a championship. I don't think he can get this team over the hump. Pistons kind of creators are telling me that. Cade is doing everything he can. It's just like,
Yeah, I will say though, this is obviously a different topic, but I will say that the Nuggets are really missing Bruce Brown. I think they're really missing the Bruce Brown right now. The Bruce Brown effect not there. You can kind of see it. They don't really have that guy off the bench that can kind of like help them. And then when Luka goes to the bench, when Jokic goes to the bench, it's like, oh, look, it looks bad.
You got me excited. You guys got me all excited. See, I got to pull out my mankini.
Oh, okay.
oh God.
I'm glad you didn't shave.
I did
that was my
shave.
idea.
That's the thing. You just can't see where I shave. You know.
So we're gonna save this next topic for next week. So we're just gonna go right into picks and predictions.
So we're not going to rate his mankini? Okay, so that's next week. Okay.
That's next week, yeah.
Say
That
which
is next
topic.
week.
You say which topic for next week?
What was it?
Teams that have winning cultures.
Oh,
Alright,
okay, that's fair.
because
We're gonna
we
save that
didn't
one
do-
for next week.
I know we didn't do the first one though.
Yeah,
we
because-
just it right at the beginning.
No,
Because
we
he
were
thought I
talking.
had some kind of reason I said it, but I didn't have a reason I said it.
Okay, we're just yeah.
We
I
can do
scrapped
that one
It was
next
about
week, too.
last week, Coach. Remember that we were wondering about the NBA's worst contracts?
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed you guys talking.
That
about
could
it.
be like Coach and Mitch were alluding to when we first came on and right before. There's a lot of ways to interpret it. Worst contract.
Yeah.
So that could go a million different ways.
All right.
And
So-
in important news, 6 more episodes.
Yeah. 6 more
We're
shows.
waiting
6
for
more
that.
shows. We were waiting for. Oh, there's the thumbs up. Ria's got the effects.
Yeah,
This doesn't
mine
happen.
doesn't work on the StreamYard, but
Oh.
I don't know. But all right, Grizzlies versus Sixers, and the Sixers are -5.5 point favorite. Sixers are home.
Sixers.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
I'm going Sixers.
Sixers.
Blaze,
All the home teams tonight for me.
I
Thank
knew
you.
it. I knew it.
I just looked at it. Even the Wizards.
Oh God, Coach, who you going for? Grizzlies or at the 76ers?
I'll just do the Grizzlies for the hell of it.
Oh, you just want to argue. I love it. I love it. Lone wolf.
Magic at the Wizards. I'm going Magic.
Magic.
Blaze is already going home.
Jordan Poole, MVP.
The hardest worker in the locker room.
All right. Randy, you're going with the Wizards? Magic?
No, Magic.
Okay. Cavaliers at the Hawks.
Cavs.
Cavs.
Yeah, Cavs.
I'm a lone wolf.
Oh, I wish I could stream this game with you, Rios. Damn. Clippers at the Rockets.
Ooh.
Come on, Rockets. Home teams tonight.
I gotta go for my team.
Yeah.
Clippers.
I'm going with the
Clippers.
Clippers here. Coach, who you got? Clippers or Rockets?
I'm sorry. Where they playing at?
Houston.
Houston.
I'll take the Rockets.
All right. Bill. Not Bills.
The Bills.
Yeah, they just.
Bills and the
yeah.
Jets.
Buffalo. Oh my God, not Buffalo.
You got a plus.
Man.
Both at
It's
both
AFC
at the
East battle.
Jazz. You know how many football notifications I've been getting today with all these releases?
The Bills and the Jets coming up later on tonight.
Yeah.
Sunday night
Bills,
football.
Bulls at the Jets.
The home team.
Bulls at the Jets.
Marking for 40.
I'm going Jets.
I'm gonna go
Jets.
I'm going
Bulls.
Jets.
Ooh,
What?
is he the lone wolf?
Yeah.
Coach.
Hmm?
Bulls or Jazz?
Why is it not working?
I'll take the Jazz.
Bucks at the Warriors.
Bucks.
Home team.
Just because I need the Warriors keep losing, so the Rocks get into the play-in.
And that's smart. Hey.
Mitch, are you seriously Buffalo? Did you just allergic to the wings?
Brother Contreras, that's my boy.
Bucks. Oh yeah, Bucks at the Warriors. We did that one, right? Bucks at Warriors.
Mhm.
Bucks, yeah.
Yeah. Thunder
Game
at the
time.
Trailblazers. Thunder.
Lightning and thunder.
Thunder.
No, I'm thinking home team.
I miss that song.
Ho! Thundercats.
Hey. Kings at the Lakers.
Kings.
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 Because again, I need the Lakers to lose as well because I want that playing spot.
I'd rather the Kings win, but I'm sticking with my home teams.
All right, guys. So that concludes episode 63 of the Pick and Roll. Next week, we're going to talk about winning teams that have winning cultures and other stuff that we got planned for next week. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe.
Mitch, I want to thank you, Mitch. Before you go, I want to interrupt you and thank you for putting this together tonight. You organized it. You gave us topics, and it made me think of something. I mean, less homework next week, please, motherfucker. But at the same time, I thought about something. I'm thinking about the title of this podcast, and I talked about all these different teams and our different takes, and we agree to disagree, but we all like to debate about it. So, I mean, this podcast needs more eyes on it. I say it all the time because you got teams from 5-6 different teams coming together, and you can pick your role a different way. We all pick our own way, and we roll with it. And I mean, that's kind of, it's a different meaning to the name of the podcast because that's what it's like. We all have our different takes, but we roll with it and we stick with it. And I just love what we're doing here. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Agreed.
Appreciate that. All right, guys. On that note, make sure you hit the like and subscribe on the Hardcore Sports Network. And
Playoffs?
We're almost time for the playoffs, people.
And on that note, catch y'all later. And peace.